All right, let's move on to the final game on Saturday, the Frisco Bowl in Frisco, Texas, 9:15 p.m. Eastern on ESPN between North Texas and Boise State. Boise State, 11-point favorite here, over under 57, 57 and a half. I think you might make a case for Boise, and I would agree maybe North Texas is overmatched here, but I'm actually going to make a case for the over, which I still like. I bet it today. If you follow me on the Action Network app, I think it's taken some money since. But if you look at Boise State's overall defensive metrics, I think they look a little better against the pass. That's all North Texas wants to do than they actually are, because they gave up 27, 28, 31, and 34 and 4 losses to UTEP, Fresno State with Jake Haener, BYU, and Oregon State. In their 9 wins, here are the passing offenses they faced: Air Force, UT Martin, New Mexico, San Diego State with Burmeister, Fresno State with Fife, Colorado State, Nevada, Wyoming with a 4th-string quarterback who went 3 of 16 for 30 yards and 3 picks, and then Utah State and Cooper Lagasse threw for 300 yards. So I think that they actually can be attacked. Their secondary is not fully healthy. They're missing some of their edge pieces. I think North Texas will be able to put up points here through the air. And, this is, for what it's worth, this is Seth Littrell's final game. He was fired, but he's going to coach the team. He's 0-7 in postseason games, 0-5 in bowls, 1-4 against the spread. And on the other side of the ball, I think, Boise State's going to be able to run wild. This North Texas run D is so bad. And since Boise State made the quarterback change, going with Taylor Green, him, George Kalani and company in this offensive line have been awesome. Derek Cutter's final game as well. I think both, Seth Littrell's going to be like, fuck it, go for 4th down. You're going to see all kinds of trick plays. Derek Cutter, before he retires, you're going to see all kinds of cool looking plays. This North Texas defense is bad. The only thing that worries me, North Texas didn't really face any defenses with a pulse this year. Look at their schedule in the entire year, even out of conference. But I think that North Texas will be able to hit enough explosives, get into the 20s here. I think, maybe 24 to 28 points. And I think Boise State can get into the 40s. North Texas, earlier this year, against another Mountain West team, UNLV. Who do they have? Mobile quarterback, really good running back. UNLV beat them 58 to 27. Ran for 365 yards. I just don't see how North Texas is going to stop Boise. What do you think here?
I was betting the over as you were going through, because I completely agree with you. Key number of 59 would try to get that, or 58, 58 and a half. It's out there on the board. There's prime motivation here for Boise. Plenty of comments from head coach Andy Avalos about getting the bad taste of that Mountain West Conference championship out of their mouth after field goal after field goal after field goal, and just some miscues there. So this was a desirable bowl game. Boise does recruit the state of Texas, so there's a big trip for them. And if you didn't know, the Broncos players, a lot of these guys on this roster have not played in a bowl. 2020 was a COVID non-participant. 2021 was the Arizona Bowl getting canceled. So this is a really big deal for Boise. And I agree with you. They are going to put up a lion's share of points here. North Texas, I'm reading, Littrell, I'm reading interim coach, defensive coordinator. I think you're completely right. There's not going to be any 4th down punting here. There's going to be, empty out the playbook, everything turned upside down. So they are, they might be able to get, some points up on the board. Boise did finish the season 11th in coverage, best in the nation in defensive passing success rate. So it doesn't really bode well for Austin Ani, but at the same time, they're going to be able to run, which North Texas has done in some games this year. Taylor Green and the Boise offense struggled, I said, in the Mountain West Conference championship game. But if you need a remedy to get better from having a stalled offense, welcome to the North Texas defense. 127th in defensive havoc, 117th in defensive finishing drives. You're not going to get the ball taken away from you, and you're going to score a lot of points once you cross the 40. I bet the over with you. I'm on Boise. I bought Boise at 5.5. We have rocket shipped up to 10.5 is the exact number that I have on this game. So I would play the side for light. I would take it every bowl confidence pool, but I like your over more and more and more.
Yeah, Boise, their defensive pass metrics are great, but I do think North Texas will be able to put up points here because, look, their 9 wins, Boise State's 9 wins, an FCS team, UT Martin, and then 7 passing offenses that rank outside the top 100. and Fresno State when they had Fife. That's it. They did not beat a competent passing offense. That was 9 of the 13 games. The 4 teams, and I'm talking about UTEP too. UTEP, BYU, Oregon State, and then Fresno with Hainer. They all got to 27 points, 27, 28, 31, and 34. So I do think Boise State's pass defense metrics are inflated. They also, Tyreek Jones, their slot. They have a couple injuries, and they're missing a couple of their edge rushers as well. So yeah, I think North Texas in an effort game, they have some really good receivers. They'll hit some explosives, and I think this game could be like, let's call it 42 to 24-ish, 42-28, somewhere in that ballpark.